Hi, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my craft room. I'm really excited to finally have another Christmas on the 25th themed video for you today. I'm bringing back the Sassy Club with my Santa and Friends stamp set, and I have already stamped, colored, and cut out my Santa and Rudolph images, so let's get on our background. I'm using my outside-in stitched rectangles from Fawn and cut out a light blue piece of cardstock as well as a piece of white cardstock. I'm using my stitched mountains to create a background, and I'm also going to grab a stitched cloud from Heffy Doodle to die cut out of some of that extra white cardstock, since I will not be using the top portion of this rectangle. So once those are die cut, I can see how they're going to look as the background of my card. If you are aware of the more vintage Santa and Rudolph claymation movies, you know that there are these kind of like puffy clouds that look like maybe some cotton balls in the background. So I wanted to give that effect, as well as the white mountains, and that would be the background. So I need a foreground for my images. So I also die cut another piece of white cardstock and use my Lawn Fawn stitched Hillside, I think it's the simple Hillside, to cut my foreground, and I'm stamping a sentiment to the bottom of this piece, and I'm going to use that to layer on my stamped images. So this is a really easy, very simple layout you can use to create any type of card, really. This is inspiration for Christmas, so whether you have the same stamp set as I do or another Santa stamp set, or really any type of Christmas scene that you want to build, this layout is super simple and you can use it for all kinds of scenes for the Christmas holiday season and your cards. So I wanted to add a little bit of glitter to these pieces because we know I love shine on my card, and I didn't want to add a lot of embellishment because I wanted this again to be a really easy and reproducible card for Christmas. So I'm going to set those aside to dry and start building up my card. I'm gluing the blue rectangle to the center of my top folding A2 white cardstock base, and then I can glue on my mountains now that they're dry. I was going to use that same tape runner from scrapbook.com, but decided because of the mountains I just thought it'd be easier to use wet glue to glue these, so I grabbed my glue with a fine tip and I'm gluing those mountains down to my blue sky background. I'm going to repeat that same thing with my little puffy cloud up to the top left, just like I die cut it out of the white cardstock earlier in the video. Now we can adhere the hillside, my foreground, and I'm going to use my thinner scrapbook adhesives foam squares. Again, these are the thinner ones, which are really great if you are going to have a lot of layering on your card. So I'm using my foreground as that thin first layer, and then I'm going to adhere on some tree die cuts as well as my critters. So I'm going to run that little tree die cut from that forest backdrop die set 3 times to have these really cute little trees, just like in the movie. And I'm going to glue these down if they are behind my hillside, just flat to the card using some wet glue. And then one of the trees I'm going to layer at the same level as my white hillside, so I'm going to add one of those thinner foam squares to the top of the tree and then wet glue to the bottom. And that way they're kind of on the same level, and then that will allow me to pop up my Santa and my reindeer one more time and to have them, really come up off the card and feel like they are closest to the card receiver compared to the mountains or the trees in the scene. So I did double up on the top of my Santa head because that will be touching the blue background and the mountains, and then I only used 1 layer of foam squares on the feet because there already is a layer of foam adhesive behind that hill. And I repeated that same process for my little Rudolph. And with that, that completes the card. Again, a really simple video today, under 5 minutes. Just wanted to show you a fun and easy layout, as I know a lot of us are going to start gearing up to make our Christmas cards. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll click like, and if you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. As always, you can find everything I use down below in the description box. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye!